Time for that story for all ages. And we happen to have a storyteller today. So come on up, kids. This will be a great experience.
That's all I needed.
Where do you want to be?
Yeah.
There we go. Good morning. How you doing?
Great.
Good, good. Hi guys, how are you? Did you want to hear a story? I was hoping you'd say that. Good. It's a pleasure to be here. So I need you to count down with me. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2. Once upon a time. In a long, long, long ago time. Before we counted time by hours and minutes and seconds. When time was just counted by the ebbing and the flooding of tides and the phases of the moon. In that time, there was a village of wheat farmers. And in that village, there was a man named Ivan. And one day, Ivan, he said to his young son, he said, Alexei, Alexei, bring in the sled. It is grandfather's time. It was winter time. And Alexei, the young boy, he went and he brought the sled from the barn. And then Ivan went into the house and he took his father out of the house. And his father was very old. He could barely walk, and they put him on the sled. And he and Alexei pulled the sled out of the village, across the fields, and eventually into a great deep wood. And they left grandfather there. Ivan said, this is how it's always been, Alexei. When the elders are so old they can't feed themselves, they can't take care of themselves, we bring them into the woods. The cold will take him soon. He will die, and then it will become food for the bears and the wolves. That's how it's always been. Well, Alexei and Ivan, they turned and they began to walk away when Alexei, the young boy, said to his father, Father, shouldn't we go back and get the sled? Won't I need it when it's my time to take you into the woods to become food for the bears and the wolves? Ivan thought a little more. But then he looked at his father there, shivering in the cold, and his heart went out to him. And he said, Alexei, now you listen to me. This is against all of our customs. This is what we will do. And this is what they did. They waited until the sun set and the moon rose till it was dark. Then they brought the old man back into the village. And they cared for him and tended to him, and they told no one. But he lived there for months, a year or so. And then there came a time of a great drought. No rain fell. It was very dry. And all the wheat crops, they withered and died. The locusts came, and soon there was no wheat. The people thought that they might starve. Not only that, there were no seeds to replant. No one knew what to do, except that old man, grandfather. He remembered such a time had happened before. And he said, Ivan, do this. Tell each of the villagers to take their broom handles or the half from their shovels and to poke about in the thatch of their roofs. Because, of course, all the roofs were thatched with wheat straw. And that's what they did. And as they poked and poked and poked, little grains of wheat fell from the roof onto the floor. And soon every hut in the village was like a granary floor. At a time, the people, they took all those wheat kernels, they planted them, and in time, when the rain came, the wheat grew again. And all the people surrounded Ivan to thank him for his wisdom. And he said, it wasn't me. It was my father. And they said, your father? He's been dead for years. No, I kept him alive. I couldn't let him stay in the woods that way. It was his wisdom that saved the village. The people decided to change their ways. And after that, they decided to find a way to take care for the elders, to give them a place of honor and respect, to nourish them. And in time, they found that the elders nourished the village with their wisdom and their experience, and simply by their presence. And Alexei, remember him? He still had the sled, and he still uses it, just to pull his grandfather around for fun. And that's the story called Ivan's Sled.